Now in his 6th year of being in China, Randolph Morris has led the Beijing Ducks to 3 championships, and at 29 years old, he feels he's come a long way since arriving from the US. Take me back to the beginning, 5.5 years in China. What made you decide to come here?
You know, I've been all over the world my career. Basketball's, taken me all over the globe, and, I have been blessed to play this game that I love and to compete at a high level. I played in New York for 2 years, and I played in Atlanta for 2 years. I got to a point in my career where I didn't feel like I was growing anymore, and I didn't feel like I was getting enough time on the court.
Why didn't you feel you were growing?
I just feel like I stalled. I feel that happened. I wasn't playing a lot, and I just feel stunted in my process as a basketball player. So I got an opportunity to come to China, and it was sold to me as an opportunity to basically jumpstart my career again.
And when you came, did you have the intention of just staying for 1 season and then go back to the States? Or did you imagine you could be here for a long time?
I think one of the things that's made me so successful in China was I came into this particular situation and this experience with no preconceived notions, and I didn't expect anything. I came with the open mind and accepted, the culture, and accepted the basketball culture and the living culture. So I think that the way that they accepted me, it made me want to come back. I got to a point in my first year that I didn't feel like I ever wanted to go back to the NBA, given the success I had on the court, given the support I had from not only the organization, but also the city itself. And I never looked back after that.
Does it still feel the same?
Obviously, it feels a little bit different because the success that we've had with winning as many titles as we have in a short amount of time. I think that ultimately what we've done and what we've been able to do for the CBA, for the city of Beijing, speak for itself, and you don't want to take that for granted. I honestly don't think that it feels the same in the fact that when I first came here, I was, just like any other foreigner, trying to make a name for myself. But then that's transformed into Beijing being a powerhouse, Beijing being, having 3 championships in 4 years, and, they treat you a little bit different after that.
So 3 championships since you've been here. Which one was the best?
You got to be the first one.
The first one?
The first one. The first one, we didn't know what we were capable of. The first one, we were just playing. We were playing, and we knew we were good, but we didn't know how far we could take this thing. So we didn't really start believing until we started playing and we just started winning games. So the first one has the most memories, and it means the most, but it doesn't take anything away from the second or the third as well.
While Stephon Marbury is characterized by his aggression and determination on court, Morris takes more of a supporting role, with the 2 Americans forming a powerful duo that has resulted in tremendous success.
赛季球队扮演的是一个，得分手的，还有篮板，主要是篮板。
还是辅助马布里吧，我认为是辅助马布里是主角。
You've had the highest point scoring record in a playoff and also received the MVP. Having said that, sometimes do you ever feel that you're perhaps in the shadow of Stephon?
I never feel that way because it's not a competition. I think that all that he's accomplished for the city of Beijing and also for himself, he shares with everybody. So it's not a competition. I don't feel overshadowed because I'm not in the game to be for myself. I think it's just a team aspect of it, and whatever he gets, it's for everybody else as well.
Just as Morris said, it's about love and sharing with the city of Beijing. The American center has become very dedicated to his role with the Ducks. Back in high school, there were even higher expectations on him than some of his now famous former teammates.
You just tell the story behind that particular picture and what was going through your head and what stage you were.
Oh yeah,
as
this
well.
is a throwback. This is a throwback picture. It's basically I was in high school. It was my junior year going to my senior year, final year in high school. It was the summertime. It was myself, Dwight Howard, John Smith, and you know we just basically grew up together playing basketball in the close community, and we basically owned the AAU circuit for 2 years, but for real, we dominated the whole circuit that summer. So you know, it was a fun time. It was a fun time. We were young, and we just, like I said, we enjoyed the experience too. They were getting a lot of attention. I was getting a lot of attention, and it was fun. That was a time where basketball wasn't basically a career or a job. It was just fun.
A lot of foreign players who come over here, they live in a hotel, they play the season and they go back to the States. I presume you've built a life for yourself in the city. What kind of things do you get up to off the court?
I had my family here last year, and you know we did a lot of stuff to try to get them, you know, acclimated and make them feel comfortable. We went out a lot, just to get out and see the city. We did normal stuff, restaurants, you know, grocery shopping, parks, you know, things of that nature. But you know, now it's basically just myself, and you know it's just about business now. You know, for here it's easy for me to just focus on basketball, and that's what I mainly do.
And as for this season, it's been a difficult start in some positions, but you're still in those playoff positions. Do you still think realistically it's going to be 3 in a row? Do you still have that confidence and belief?
If you look at all our you know championship seasons, we've always had rough patches. It generally occurred in the middle to the tail end of the season. It just now happened that it happened in the beginning of the season. But in none of those seasons did we come out and just dominate from beginning to end. So I mean, it's a learning process. Every year is different. Every year that we've won it, you know, it's been a learning curve to where we had to figure out the personnel that we have and how to implement, you know, our game plan. So I have every confidence in the world that we can, you know, get back on the right track and you know, compete and compete at a high level.
And finally, where do you see your future? China or the States?
You know, I've never really thought that much ahead. I'm very much a guy that's in the here and now, and I think that the future is in China. You know, the organization and the team has done a wonderful job of securing me for the next 2 seasons after this. So, and I feel like, you know, that kind of security and that kind of confidence in me leads to a great future in China.
Randolph Morris, many thanks.
Appreciate it, man.